And now we will begin the Champions League draw. Group A, Manchester United. Group B, Juventus. Group C, Aston Villa. Second seeds, Group C, Real Madrid. Third seeds, Group C, CSKA Moscow. And now it is time for the final seeds, Group C, Anderlecht. And that concludes the draw. Thank you very much, everyone. Good luck. Real Madrid. Are you joking? Hello all, MikeRo Munch here. Welcome to another episode of my FM19 Aston Villa save. And yes, it could have been an easier group. It could have been worse. Today we are going to have our first Champions League game of the season. And it will be away in Belgium against Anderlecht. But before that, we have a home game against Southampton. But before that, let's see how we've been getting on off of camera. Things have been going pretty well. And in all fairness, they are games you would expect us to win. Since the last time we did meet, where we beat West Ham 2-0, it has been another 2-0 victories against Brighton and QPR respectively. Like I said, teams we'd be expecting to win, as we will also be expecting to win beat Southampton today. And then I think the game against Anderlecht should be okay. In fairness, actually, CSKA Moscow and Anderlecht are a bit much of a muchness in terms of ability. But obviously, it's Real Madrid. Having them in our Champions League group is just incredible, to say the least. It's the perks of what you get for being the first seed. It's a much easier group than last time we were in it. Moving forward then, straight on to the Southampton game we go. And it's pretty much been the same lineup all the way through, really, so far this season. I don't really see much need to change. Klosterman is complaining about a lack of game time. So I'm going to try and maybe give him I'm going to give him some minutes today, actually. He's going to come in at wing-back for James Bree. But other than that, it's pretty much as you were, really. Jack Lancaster is unfortunately carrying an injury, which means that Glenn Hazel will retain his place up front. Other than that, it is as you were. So Christensen's in goal with Fila, Rudiger, Markovic and Klosterman as the back four. Vile and Goretzka in the midfield with Maria, Navarro and Gaitan in behind Hazel, who lead the line today. I'm going to quickly change Rudiger to a central defender rather than a ball-playing centre-back. And they're playing a very defensive formation today at Southampton. But Romelu Lukaku is leading the line. Ilkay Gundogan's in the middle. They've got a chap called Lucas Silva. Who's he then? 31-year-old Brazilian. They look in a bit of trouble at Southampton. They're down in 15th at the moment. Got some pretty decent players. They have got Ryan Sessegnon as well. But ultimately, it's a pretty aging squad looking at that. So I'm expecting us to win today. They obviously beat us last time we played. So I'm going to say that I fully expect you to win the match today and keep our good run going. These are the kind of games now where if we want to be title contenders, we just have to get through these games, get the job done, and carry on. We are second in the league, so playing particularly very well at the moment as well. It's defensively this year. We just look pristine. We just look so good. Markovic and Rudiger have hit it off something chronic at the back. And only Watford, who have got off to a flying start this season, have made a better start than we have. We're not blowing teams away, as you can tell from the goal difference. Obviously, we played 5 games now. Well, this is the 5th game, technically. But we've only got a goal difference of +6. The more important thing to note is that we're just winning. We're just keeping clean sheets, nicking the odd goal or two, just to keep it quiet, keep it easy. It reminds me a lot of the 2005 Chelsea team, which just used to go like 1-0 up and then that was it. You weren't going to get back in the game after that. Sometimes they blew teams away. Most of the time though, it was comfortable 1-0, 2-0 wins. And that's all I'm looking for at the moment from the boys. We don't need anything more than that. I'm going to demand more a bit of the boys. It's been a very quiet opening 25 minutes. And Christensen has to acrobatically tip over an Ilkay Gundogan free kick. Very good effort from the German midfielder there. And I remember signing in for Southampton in my save. So, obviously, they're just copying me now. They're the ones that are getting all the chances here as Lucas Silva hits it into the wall, but now he can get on the break as Vara releases Hazel. Obviously, he's got pace to burn, and at the moment, it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-2. Oh, Glenn Hazel. Glenn Hazel goes round 2. Ah, it's a poor finish. I'd also like to apologise for the accent, if you want to call it that we heard at the start of the episode. I'm not particularly good with European accents. I'm not particularly good with accents in general, so I hope I didn't cause any offence. It certainly wasn't meant to. It's been a really, really dull, poor half from us here. Again, we're dominating a lot of possession, having a lot of shots, maybe not really scoring enough at the moment, and Hazel's not had his best game. He's playing better than Player Maria, who's having a very poor game at the moment, only at a 6.5, and I expect a bit better. The important thing is, obviously, at the back, it continues to be imperious. Not a very good half at all. I'm going to certainly say I'm not happy with your performance out there. Robert Navarro's looking stressed. He's been brilliant this year, so I'm going to say you're capable of making a difference. He's still stressed. Well, sort it out, Rob. I need you to turn up in the second half. Here we go. Have we reacted well as we start the second half? Goretzka into Robert Navarro. Navarro hits it over the bar, but at least we've had a shot, and it's a highlight that isn't that Glenn Hazel run. I'm going to take Markovic off because he is quite tired, and on comes Lucas Mai. There's got to be something I can do to change this game up a little bit. I'm going to take player Maria off. He's not been very good. Felipe Alves is going to come on the left-hand side. He's got that little burst of pace and that little bit of agility that we might need just to break through the lines here. Southampton are really doing a bit of a number on us here. I just can't seem to get through. No matter what we're trying here, we just can't break through this defence. I'm going to go 2 up top. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm going to go for it. Antonin Weil is quite tired. But I can't risk it. I'm going to take Navarro off, actually. He's not had a very good game today. I'm going to go 2 up top. Gomez is going to go up and join Hazel. We'll play him as a target man on attack. Now we're going to hit it a bit more direct and go in a bit longer and see if, like, Gomez, we can play off Gomez. Maybe Hazel's a man who needs another strike partner. He has got a few goals, has Hazel. He has scored since the last time we met as well. But still not really hitting it off like I'd hoped he would. This is really concerning, actually. Maybe the lack of goals is going to get to us here. There's only 5 minutes to go, and we've not created anything in the second half. We've not really troubled Southampton. Lots of shots, but not a lot of highlights. And it's just maybe just lacking that incision. I don't know. I don't know. This is going to definitely be 2 points dropped, unless a minute and a half to go. Don't you dare. Romelu Lukaku. Come on, boys. We've got to win this back. Almendra. Oh, my God. Win it back. Well done, Klosterman. Great take. Come on, boys. Off we go. Gaitan, fresh off a 2-goal brace in the last game. Klosterman whips the ball in. Hazel! He hits the post. Bullshit. Bull. Oh, It's all over. A very disappointing 0-0. And so we're here, ladies and gents, for our first game in the Champions League of this season. And we'll keep an eye on how things are going in Russia with Real Madrid and CSK in Moscow. But ultimately, the important thing is that we get the win here today. We don't do our job here. None of the rest of it matters. I will be making a couple of changes to the side today. Just because we've got a little bit of general wear and tear. And I need some of the players to be back at it and ready for the weekend. Because at the moment, I am prioritising the Premier League. Okay, let's not lie. I am prioritising it. So we've got Christensen in goal. Fila, Rudiger, Mai and Klosterman are now the back 4. Jordan Henderson partners up with Leon Goretzka in the middle. Alves on the left. Jerry Tossum is in the middle. And Gaitan's on the right with Josh Hazel, Glenn Hazel up front. Like I said, I expect nothing but a win from this match. Expectations are high now at Villa Park. In most games now, I'm sending the team out with the expectation of, you know what, we're going to get 3 points here. I wonder who they've got them, really. Who's their front man? Fed in 32. We should be winning this. If that's the best they have to offer, we should be winning this. Away we go. Come on, boys. Let's get a win and get off to a good start in the group. Ultimately, the idea for me this year in the Champions League is we've got to get out of the group. We've actually been given quite a nice group, apart from Real Madrid, obviously. And these games aren't going to be easy. It's usually, I always say this when I play Football Manager, but the away games in the Champions League group against the smaller teams, like your Anderlechts, like your CSKAs, those are the ones that you need to win. You can usually rely on the fact you'll win at home because they're not particularly good travellers, but you need to get results away at their gaff. You just have to if you want to qualify, especially if you want to be top of the group, which I do, but I can't see it. And I give the ball away in the middle of the park, and Lucas Mai picks it up now into Klosterman, who had a pretty decent performance against Southampton in all fairness. He wasn't bad. Klosterman into Gaitan. Gaitan now finds Leon Goretzka. Goretzka up to Gaitan now. Can he shift inside? He does. Finds Jerry Tossum. Jerry hits it. He absolutely levers it over the bar. A good effort. Didn't quite get the dip on it to bend it into that far corner. Unlucky Jerry. Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Felipe Alves over a free kick, whips it in, and keeper punches it nicely. I thought that might have gone for a pen there. And Anzalet will look to launch a counter-attack here as Raman. That's a really poor ball. Klosterman's picked it up nicely. Finds Gaitan. Gaitan gets away from his marker. Gaitan keeps going. Bends it. Not enough whip on it. Unlucky from him there. Maybe a little bit selfish. And it's highlight central at the moment. It's making up for the Southampton game. Even though we haven't had any goals here, we've had about 4 highlights already in the first 15 minutes. Klosterman spreads the ball out to Philo, who's been so good for us at left back. Hendo on the ball now in his first appearance of the season. Finds Jerry Tossum, who drives at the Anderlecht defence. Out to Glenn Hazel on the left. He finds Milo while playing it back. Fila taking his time on the ball, finds Jordan Henderson into Felipe Alves. Darts inside, Felipe Alves. Alves, great run, good goal by Felipe Alves. This is why I brought him back on loan. Can play as the inside forward, can deputise for Hazel or Lancaster if there's an injury up front. And if Gomez isn't playing particularly well, which he isn't at the moment, then I need this man to chip in with goals. I get plenty from Gaetan and Navarro, but Paleo sometimes for the first half of the season can always be a little bit hit and miss. So Alves has just stepped in and it's a brilliant goal. Well done, that man. Gaetan, great take. Takes it on the half turn and away he goes. Great chip ball to Glenn Hazel. You'll note that Glenn Hazel's playing at 6.4 again. Come on, mate. Pull it together. Into the dressing room we go. I'm going to say I'm happy with your performance, keep up. But, I mean, Hazel, come on, mate. I'm going to calmly say, you weren't that bad, but I have faith in you. He's just pissing me off, though, frankly. I'm going to take Goretzka off because he's been brilliant so far, but he needs a rest. And on comes Abel Miguel in the centre of the park to partner up with Hendo. 60 minutes on the clock. Rudiger's going to come off, and it's going to be the return of Badiashile back in a Villa shirt. We love to see it. And I'm also going to take Gaetan off. And I'm going to bring on Paleo Marie, who's going to be playing as the inside forward out on that right-hand side. So Glenn Hazel has another 30 minutes to get another goal on camera for me, or I'm going to get very upset. Alves puts the ball into Carly, heads it clear. Paleo Marie tries to bend it over the bar. What a surprise. Pretty much every shot we had today has been over the bar. I've got flair players. We've got attacking players. How can you have 24 shots on goal, 8 of them be on target, and only have like 4 highlights that are actually of any... Don't you dare. They've hit the bar. You knew it. I'm being FM'd so much at the moment. This episode has just been being FM'd central. I mean, good free kick, but I mean, piss off. They've had one shot, really, realistically. They've had one shot, one effing highlight. One effing... Come on, there's still a minute left. We have to get a goal here. Klosterman on the ball. Back to Jerry Tossum. Take your time, lads. Miguel hits it wide. Obviously, it's wide. I want you to realise that I'm not bad at the game, but every time we turn the camera on, we just turn to bollocks, and I don't know why. And why is my £67 million striker absolutely gash as Glenn Hazel now goes through? Great ball, mate. There's no one effing there. You... There's not one part of me that enjoys that score. 1-1. I mean, look at the stat. Piss off. Right, well, I think what we're going to do then is I'm going to skip the CSKA game, but we will have the game against Real Madrid. And let's have the game against Real Madrid at home, and then have the game against West Brom. Because then what we can do is we can have the away game against CSKA after that. But I definitely think we'll come back for the Real Madrid game and then away at West Brom. Because, again, they're doing quite well this year. They've made a pretty decent start and they're in 7th in the league. As you can tell now, we are 3rd. So it's not been a bad start domestically. And, again, we haven't lost. We're still unbeaten for everything. I just want to dominate these games and win. And it's just a bit annoying that we conceded a goal as well, because before that we kept 5 clean sheets in a row, so it's a little bit disappointing. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. And until I see you in the next episode where we take on the Spanish Giants, Real Madrid. Can you believe it? Stay cool.